Right. And do you want me to speak to you or to Catherine? Okay. Hey everybody, my name is Devery Jacobs and I am this year's Radius Award recipient. This award means so much to me. I have been working in the Canadian industry and abroad for so long. I've come up in this country, I still live in this country, and so to be recognized for the global work that I've done just really means so much, and is also a reminder of all of the people that have helped me get to this point and the community that I'm a part of that I'm hoping to bring with me in every place that I go. Being from Kahnawake has influenced me every fiber of my being. It's influenced who I am as an artist, who I am as a person. I grew up in the wake of the 1990 Oka crisis, and so my upbringing was inherently political. I think I've always been interested in Indigenous rights activism, and I think Mohawk people are also a little bit notorious for our fire that we bring, and it's something that makes me so proud of to be from the Kanien'kehá:ka Nation and to be from Kahnawake. And so everywhere I go, I always bring a part of me, and I always ask myself, am I honoring my community? Am I honoring my duda? Am I honoring the place that I grew up with all of these choices that I'm making in my career? There have been a number of people who have been especially prominent in my life and helping me get me to where I am today, one of which is my mom. She is so hardworking. I don't know anybody who works harder than her. She's got major Capricorn energy. And another person is my duda, who was the principal of our Mohawk Immersion Elementary School in my community, and how she's really championed for language revitalization. And the last person who has been especially change-making in my life is the filmmaker Jeff Barnaby, who was taken from us too soon. I think he had so many stories left to tell, and I feel a sense of responsibility in carrying on what he's bestowed on me, in carrying Ayla in Rhymes for Young Ghouls, James in Blood Quantum, and making sure that his legacy is continued. But he's given so much to me in my career, and I'm so grateful for each of these people who really helped me on my journey. I think one lesson that Jeff Barnaby really instilled into me, let me scratch that, let me make it 2 lessons that Jeff Barnaby instilled into me, was one, to carpe that f***ing DM, and the other was, it's our responsibility as storytellers to do justice to our communities, but also that our art might piss some people off and that our perspectives might not be everybody's cup of tea. And I think Jeff really led by example on how he conducted himself with his anger and his righteousness and his passion and his love for his community. And I think that's something that's really inspired me in my life and is something that continues to help me push forward. The way that I'm planning to honor my roots and my communities of where I come from, specifically through storytelling, but also through advocacy, is to continue telling the truth, to tell stories that haven't been told from my communities, whether that be the queer community, whether that be the Mohawk Nation or Indigenous communities. And yeah, I think it's above all not catering to non-native audiences, not catering to cis and straight audiences, but really telling the stories that inspire me as an artist first and foremost, being somebody who is queer, being somebody who is Mohawk. But yeah, by really honing in on these stories that I haven't seen yet and stories that I need to see, stories that I need to see on screen for myself. I remember coming into the Canadian Screen Awards. It was the first ever CSAs back in 2013, and I was straight from Kahnawake. I was wearing a dress from Bethany Yellowtail, an Indigenous designer that I had paid out of pocket for, and I remember meeting the Podemskis there and being so inspired by them. There was also some of our crew from Rhymes for Young Ghouls, and that was about it. I didn't know anybody else, and I was so overwhelmed by the room that I was in, and I really thought there's no way that anyone will ever let me in this space, or like seeing people there and be familiar with each other and championing each other. which is amazing. I just didn't think I would ever get to be a part of it. And so now to be stepping into the CSAs, to be getting a Radius Award honor is something that I appreciate tremendously. I think it's mind-blowing. I don't know that I ever thought I would be able to get to this point. And so I'm so humbled and so filled with gratitude for getting this award, but also being able to celebrate everybody else who's in the room too. And to see that I am a part of this film community in this country that I never thought I'd have the chance to be a part of before. I would say, in terms of words of wisdom for up-and-coming queer and Indigenous and Two-Spirit and Indigiqueer youth interested in pursuing the film industry, I would say to find your community. All of us have started, who I know of in this industry, doing stuff by themselves, recording stuff on your iPhone or writing things and putting on plays with your friends. And as everybody rises, you rise together, and I think that's the best part. Film and television is a team sport. You can't do it in isolation, and by finding that community and helping each other tell those stories, slowly but surely you're gonna be able to do it on a bigger scale and find those allies, find people who are willing to lend their voice to help uplift yours. But that's how everyone I have known has ever done it, is to find that sense of community and help each other out along the way. Awesome, Nyawakoa. Thank you so much for having me.